So we need to take a look at basically being able to dilate triangle ABC here. And it says that the center is P and the scale factor is 3. So how far from um, the center of dilation is point A? That's what we need to do here. And what you'll see is that it's a distance of 4. And then we got to ask ourselves, well, what are we going to do with this information? How far is that point A from P? And what we do is we're going to multiply that by the scale factor, and that's given to us. It's 3 there. So 4 times 3 is going to equal 12. Next question, what do we do with that 12? Well, that is the distance that A prime is going to be away from the center P. So there it is, there's center P, and we know that it's going to be on the same line as A, and it's going to shoot it out in the same direction. Since A is to the left of P, A prime is going to be the left of P, and it's going to be a distance of 12 away. But not 12 from A, it's going to be 12 from center P. So since we've already got a distance of 4 here, we're going to tack on another 8 units onto it to plot out A prime. And that's what we're going to do with this. Now, the other thing I need you to understand is that we're going to do it to B and C also. So how far away is B from center P? Well, it's 3. What are we going to do with that information? We're going to multiply that distance by the scale factor. What's the scale factor this time? It's 3 also. So 3 times 3 is 9. And that tells us how far B prime is going to be from P. But hey, it's going to be on the same line. So you see this pink line from P to B? We're just going to extend it on another 6 units to make it a total of 9 units away from that center of dilation P, and we're going to call that point B prime. That's the new point for B. So again, we're doing 9 units from the center of dilation, not from B, but we're doing 9 units of the center of dilation P all the way up to B prime there. And now we got to do the same thing with C. How far away is C from the center P, center of dilation? We can't use dilation, we can't use a diagonal line directly, so we're going to use kind of like rise over run. So how far is it over to the left? It's 4. How far is it down below? How far below is C from P? It's 3. So I'm just making a note there, 4 to the left, 3 below. I'll probably use arrows next time. Now we're going to multiply both of those separately by the scale factor. So 4 times 3 will equal 12. And so that means that C prime is going to be 12 to the left of P. And now we're going to come over here and use that 3 below. 3 times 3, take that 3 and times it by the scale factor. And that means it's going to be 9 below center P. Okay? So let's go ahead and make sure that we're good with this. C prime is going to be 12 to the left and 9 below center P. So in order to do this, we start at the center P and we go 12 to the left, which is going to be the same as A prime, but we're not done yet. From there, we have to go 9 below because C was 3 below. Now we've dilated it, and it's going to go down 9 below, and right there is where we're going to put C prime. Now, something interesting for you to see, though, is I wanted you to see if I drew a straight line from P to C, it also connects with C prime, and P goes through A, and also to A prime, and P goes through B and B prime. So whenever we dilate these points, they've got to be on the same line as their original point. But I just wanted to see that. Now we can just connect A prime, C prime, and B prime. There we go. We've dilated that triangle. No worries. So let's take a look at a different triangle here. This time we're going to have a scale factor of 1/3, but we're going to do it the same way. How far away is A from P? So let's see here. A's to the left of it. Okay, so that's easy enough, and it's actually on the same level as P, but it's well, I've made a mistake there. Let's see when I catch it. It's not 5 units away. And I'll realize it here in a second because 5 times 1/3 gets into some nasty business, and that might happen in a real problem, but I didn't mean for that to happen. So suddenly I'm going, oh wait, it's really 6 units away. If you count up the squares there, there's 6 units from A to P. So now we multiply that distance of 6 by the scale factor 1/3. 6 times 1/3 is 2. And that's 6 units to the left of P. So this is what A was. So it was 6 units to the left. So in other words, A prime is going to be 2 units to the left of P. So just make sure it's on that same line that A and P was on. So there we go. We've moved it over 2 units, and I'm going to put a dot right here, and I'm going to call it A prime. We do the same with B prime and C prime, and we'll be able to move on. Okay. So taking a look at this, I think I'm going to do B next. Yeah, how far away is B from center P? Now this one, it's not on the same level as P, so we can't draw a diagonal line. So how far is it to the right of it? Well, you can see that pink line. We'll be able to count those up. So let's see, how far did I move to the right? 6 spaces, 6 units. And how far below was it? 3. So point B is 3 below, and it's 6 to the right. So let me just make a note there with the arrows. Okay, so it's 6 to the right, and it's 3 below. Now we need to multiply both of those numbers by the scale factor. So 6 times 1/3 is going to equal 2. And I'm going to make a note with an arrow to make sure I don't forget, hey, that's to the right. So I've got to push that out from P to the right 2 spaces. And now the moving down 3, I've got to multiply that by 1/3, and I get 1. So B prime is going to be 2 units to the right. And it's going to be 1 unit below P. Okay? And how do I know it was down below? Because, hey, B was below P, and also know it's going to be to the right because B was to the right of P. It's just a matter of figuring out how much. So here we go. We're going 2 units to the right and 1 down. And right there is where we're going to put the point for C prime. Excuse me, B prime. I haven't got to C yet. There's B prime. And let me clean that up. There we go. So we've got A prime and we've got B prime. The only point that we haven't done yet is C. So how far away is C from this point of P? Again, I can't use diagonal lines, so I'm going to go up and then to the left. So it's kind of like the rise over run again. How many units did I go up by? Looks like I went up by 6, and I went to the right 3. So here we go. Let's make a note here. I went up by 6. I put an arrow there so I won't forget. And I went to the, actually not to the right. From here, I'm going to the left of P. So up 6 and to the left 3. Multiply both of these by the scale factor. And now I can understand that, hey, C prime is going to be 2 above P, and it will be 1 to the left of P. So I've got to do this double move. But hey, I should be able to draw a straight line from P to C and C prime. So let's make sure that this is going to work here. So here we go. I'm going to move it up. Um, I moved it to the left 1, and now I'm going to move it up 2. And so I'm going to put a dot right here for C prime. Let me clean off the rest of that. There we go. And now I can connect A prime, B prime, and C prime into the form of a triangle. And it is a similar shape. It's a different size. The angles are still the same, but I have successfully dilated that triangle.